Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode with yours truly, Jala Symone, in this divine space to be, create, and grow. So let's get into this episode, y'all. Y'all don't know how many times I have read that intro, and I'm honestly so over redoing it. Okay, so y'all see, we switched up the background, we switched up the little scenery, the vibes. Okay, this is giving. It's giving way more than I thought it was, and I am so excited and I'm so happy. Today is April 1st. It is April 1st, and I am finally getting on here and saying something, speaking my freaking brain cells because it has been hectic. The last time we talked, the last time we chatted it up, it was like February, and it's been a minute, but I'm back, officially back, and especially after the conversation I had today with my aunt, I am back, y'all. I am so back, and I'm awake, and I'm alive, and I'm so happy to be here. Like, oh my gosh, I'm just so happy to be here because where do I even freaking begin? Like, it's really just above me at this point. Like, everything that's been going on, I just can't believe it. But I'm happy that we're in April. I'm happy that it's about to be a new season and a new time to grow. Y'all, let me also just point out the fact that it's 04/01/23, which when you add it all up is number one. One symbolizes new beginnings. So, today I'm going to pick a couple cards for us. Stay tuned to the end for that. But y'all, I just have been laughing because I personally just feel like depression has been real hilarious lately. It's been a real kiki high because it like I was telling my cousins this the other day, like depression will really have you thinking one thing and then you move it another. Like, y'all, like I just like I don't know what to say. Like, I am currently at a crossroads in my life, and I think the biggest thing for me right now is just realizing how life comes about and how life is just a compilation of similarities and then things that we don't even know are going to happen, the unknown. And it's like, I'm looking at my life right now and it's like, wow, okay, I have two choices right now. I can either settle for a life where I'm making good money. And maybe I could do some of the things that I love, but at the end of the day, I would never be able to do my real dream and my real ultimate life purpose goal. That would be amazing for me. Okay, so the problem that I've been having over the past 3 months is that I know what I want to do. I know what plan God has for me, and I want to do everything. And a part of me just feels like I cannot just not do everything. Like, I just feel like that's wrong to younger me. That's wrong to me now. Like, how am I supposed to choose between one thing when I could be multiple things? And so I think that recently I've really been trying to do everything that I wanted to do, and all of a sudden, and mind you, I'm trying to do all of that I want to do during the span of 3 months after just graduating college at 22 years old. Honestly, it's just crazy. Like, I can't even sit here and try to describe to you what's been going on. I can't even describe to you what's been going on. Like, it's just mind blowing. Okay, but I got my handwritten journal that has always come through for your girl. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, oh, I wanted to share. Let me share this quote with y'all because I needed it. And I like to just plop some things in here so that we can all be on the same page. You feel me? So the quote is, destroy the idea that you have to be constantly working or grinding in order to be successful. Embrace the concept that rest, recovery, and reflection are essential parts of the progress towards a successful and happy life. When I tell y'all, I've been praying, God, can you show me this? Can you show me that? Can you align me with this? Can you align me with that? And when I tell you I feel so aligned in purpose right now, which I feel like because I'm aligned in purpose means that I can be aligned for so many other things that I want. And now it really does feel like, okay, I can have whatever I want as long as I stay on this path of the unknown. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like if I do this path of the unknown towards my life purpose, I have no idea what's going to happen. Whereas if I take the settling path, I know exactly where I'll be. next year. I don't know exactly how much money I'm making, but I'll still be living somewhere where I really want to live. Whereas I could do this path and it be exhilarating and exciting, the path that I want to tell my kids about. That's what I want, y'all. I'm trying to have stories to tell my kids. I've just always been the person with stories. I want to continue the cycle. Like, what am I supposed to tell my kids when they're growing up and they asking me, how do I do this? How do this? Girl, because when I was in college, you know what I'm saying? And, I understand, the whole parent-child relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's going to go how it's going to go. I can't plan that, but, it's just a lot that I'm ready to do for myself. And I'm so young, and I'm so grateful to be so young and be realizing and aligning the way that I am, because I really don't know where I would be, who I would be, what I'll be doing. Like, I could just, like, right now, like, I'm just thinking, okay, if I take this path, I have an idea of how terribly it'll end or how miserable I'll be. And then it's just like, when I look at the other one, it's like, I can imagine how happy I'd be, but at the same time, I don't know. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I am so freaking scared. But you know what? Something about it is, something about, let me tell y'all, is that fear is really our best friend, our bestie for the resty. You feel me? And it's just time to surrender the ideas that we harbor. And it's time to allow the unknown to be the unknown, so that way we can have the best, the most exciting experience. And it's crazy because I think I talked about this on my YouTube channel. I don't think I didn't post it as a podcast episode, but it's on my YouTube channel, and it's called Surrender. I think I named it Surrender. Don't know, but I just talked about how, like, God is moving in my life and what He's showing me, and today He really just showed me what I need to do and how I can have literally every single thing I want. But this is the moment that I've been avoiding for so long. This is the day that I've been avoiding. Like, I'm literally tearing up. She's talking to me and I feel like I want to cry, and it's just like, why do I want to cry right now? And I think that the reason why I wanted to cry was mainly just because, like, it's just not going how I wanted to, you know what I'm saying? And, like, a part of me can't have everything. And, like, I guess it's also coming to that realization that I can't have everything. And, like, at the end of the day, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm talking about. But also, I need to watch who I'm taking advice from. And I feel like y'all as well should take note of this. Look at the people that's giving you advice. You feel me? All these different people in our lives, they do things and they want to give us advice, but you're not even doing what I would want to do with my life. In 30 years, I do not see myself sitting in your position. Or if I was your age, I wouldn't listen to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't want that same experience. Yeah. That's the easiest plain way to put it, I guess. But, like, and it's just like, dang, over the past couple months, I've been really catching myself meeting different women and meeting different people, whereas they're trying to give me advice on what I should do. But at the same time, like, I would never want to live the life that you're living. Like, I get it, we're cool to be friends and stuff, but you're 25 living XXX this way, but I'm 22, and by the time I get 25, I don't want to live XXXX. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you really gotta peep how people living and how they giving you advice, so you know how to move with your own life. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm where I'm at right now. That's why we got this beautiful setup right now. That's why I'm looking golden right now. That's why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. Like, I really was mid-journaling. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start podcasting this because I just want to share what I'm realizing and what I'm going through and what I'm doing. And because I just need to be more intentional about this podcast, because I want to do a podcast. So, y'all, I'm just so happy because now I have what my next steps. I've been asking God to align me with certain things, and I think, He gave me what I needed to hear right now. And I really just didn't even think about the fact that if I was about to take this path that I was about to take, it would not have led me to my dream. It would have led me to a life that I might have regretted, or I would have never been able to see two ways to go about what I'm going to do. I mean, like, at the end of the day, both of them are going to be very beneficial for my life, and both of them are going to set me up how I should be set up. But one of them is the way my dad wants me to live, and then the other one is the way I want to live. And I need to make my own decisions. And you know, something else my aunt told me was, you need to think about you and what you want to do. And it's just like, I know what I want to do. But the problem is, I think that my biggest problem is there's no one in my life that is doing what I want to do, which I think is okay. But I feel like that's where you come into conflict with advice, because I was about to take a whole different career path outside of what I wanted to do, mainly because someone else may feel as though I'm not where I'm supposed to be graduating college, or I'm not exactly where they want me to be. So therefore, in order for me to be where they want me to be, they're putting me in a position to be where they want me to be. You know what I'm saying? They're still taking slight control. And I'm very grateful for this conversation that I had, because now I can follow my dreams, y'all, and we could do it together, because it just shows me at the end of the day, I'm making time for the things that I want to do, and it's time to to time to get this show on the road. It's time to go full force for the things that I want and the things that I know is going to be best for me, because God told me so. You know, I see this vision, I see this vision, I see this vision, and now it's a time to decipher which way to move, what's the right plan of action. And I think the most that I got out of this week was praying, because I prayed so much this week, just little prayers. And it's like, the more conversations I've been having with different people, the more that I've been doing different stuff, is where I'm seeing that I'm getting answers for myself. And I feel like that's where I messed up at a lot the past 3 months, is not praying and speaking to God, and not genuinely sitting and thinking and spending time with myself. Like, just consuming too many opinions, still consuming too many things. Like, too many things are going on for me to even focus on myself. Too many things were even going on for me to even think for myself. Like, I really needed to come home and rest and recover and reprocess everything. Like, it literally says, like, that freaking statement, quote, whatever you want to call it, was head on. It was serious. And that was, I feel like, for real, what is the truth. Like, let's destroy this idea, this fake facade of perfection, this fake facade of all different types of stuff. I've been off of social media for a couple of weeks now, and I don't know when I'm going to be back, if I'm going to be quite honest with you, because I really, like I said, I've been able to think for myself, and I'm doing things that I want to make time for. I just felt like being on other social medias was taking away from the things that I really, really, really wanted to do, which was YouTube. And then another passion of mine is podcasting. So it's just like, I'm stepping away from those things so I can tend and nurture to the things that I love and I'm passionate about the most, which is podcast and YouTube. So you will see way more of mwah, and I'm so excited about that. But y'all, like, I just feel like every day has just been worth it. Every day has been worth it, and every day God is showing me how good it gets. And now I know what path I want to go into. I'm just so grateful for the opportunity that God has shown me and the truth that He's shown me, because part of me did feel like, I don't know, it's just something in me. It's just like, this, something's not right. Like, I'm not getting the right advice. I'm still not listening to the right people. And sure enough, God got me the message that I needed today, exactly for what I needed it to be. Something else that I've been saying to myself this week as well has been that everything I do is for the proud version of myself. And it's just like, at the end of the day, I want to be proud of myself. I want to be proud of myself. And I want to be able to say, I did this, I did this, I did this. I want to be able to talk about my accomplishments. And I don't care if you think it's bragging. Well, is it bragging? It's not necessarily bragging, but it's just like, I want to be able to talk about myself in high regards. I want to be able to talk about myself like I'm proud. I want to be able to talk about myself like, damn, like, because even now to this day, I still shock myself with my own accomplishments and the things that I've done, because it's just like, I really didn't see you doing a lot of these things. And I want to continue to shock myself. I want to continue to see what happens whenever I try, when I want to see what happens when I go for the scariest thing. I want to see what happens when I put my full faith forward. And I feel like it's unfair for me to keep trying to play this role and play on myself. And I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So I have posted, let me tell y'all, so I have posted a poem on my channel, which I will definitely drop right here. Here's a little clip of that joint right here. And here's even a little tag so you could go watch it. You know, go ahead and look at that. And I don't even remember when I wrote this poem. I think I wrote this poem in 2020. I think. I don't remember. But I wrote this poem in 2020 about just the venture of life. And bro, like bro. Okay. I went back and I'm just like, bro, I don't remember when I wrote this, but it's speaking to me right now. Like, I need to get on my high horse. I need to go do what I'm supposed to be doing. I need to go after what I want to go after. I need to go after my dreams. I need to go after this stuff. I need to take a break and really regroup, because when I tell y'all, I was so sad. I hated it. I hated every moment that I was living in. Now I feel so much better about it, even though the past couple weeks, I'm going to be very transparent. I was upset. I was very upset over the past. I've been upset over the past couple weeks, because it's just like, I don't have a job and I'm looking for a job and I'm trying to figure out what to do with my life. Like, I'm just graduated college. I'm trying to figure out what to do. I know what I want to do, but it's just like, how do I get there? And I'm trying to figure out, what steps do I take to get there? What's going to be the best option for me? And today I think I got the answer. But saying all that to say, like, this poem just really spoke to me. And I want to just highlight a few things that I said that really just triggered thoughts for me and just triggered life lessons to me, because track was my life. Okay. Track was everything to me. It defined who I was. It built a lot of character in me. I developed a lot as a person through the sport, if I'm going to be honest. And then after reading this, after seeing this, it's like, bro, like, facts. It did a lot for me. It impacted me a lot more than I thought it did. And I'm glad that I could take time to heal the wounds that I have, because my track career, my journey was beautiful and it built me into an amazing person. And who wouldn't want to be remembered slash all that other stuff for an amazing era in my life? That was an amazing era in my life. I met amazing people. And yeah. So let's see here. I got a couple of little highlights for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna read them, and I guess maybe we're just gonna go with the flow. Y'all know how we do it over here. We just gonna go with the flow. So I said, isn't that kind of how life works? A race against time, a race against everyone else, trying to reach a point of success, quickness, greatness. But how do we achieve this without facing our own reality, the reality of a fate we can change, a reality of hope? You don't, oh, and then it says, live in the moment, make a mark, and take control. And like, yo, clearly there's a reason why we going back and talking about this poem, and reason why I'm reading out the ones that I've highlighted, and the reason why I haven't made a podcast on this before, because clearly I needed to make it today on this day at this time to share with y'all right now, because this is literally where I'm at right now. Like, I'm trying to reach a certain point of success at a certain rate of time. And there's so many things that I want to do, y'all. There's so many things that, like, y'all couldn't even, I don't even know if y'all could fathom the amount of ideas, the amount of things that I want to do that race through my brain while trying to be 22, while trying to live real life. And I feel like my biggest problem, my biggest distraction, my biggest distraction was social media. At the end of the day, my biggest distraction was social media, because I want to be like, not like whoever, but it's just like, you see so many people your age doing X, Y, and Z, and I want to do X, Y, and Z. But babes, you are not Chanel, who is 20, she's 21, 22, 22, living in an apartment in Atlanta, and she got her money and she doing her life and she's going from there. You are not her. That's not you, babes. That's not you, babes. It's not your calling. That's not how you're supposed to do it. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like sometimes we receive a lot of messages. We receive a lot of things that we want to do, and we think, okay, I got to do this within the next year. I got to do this within the next 3 years. But I felt like we should start taking, I know for me anyway, I need to start taking my visions lightly and writing them down. I need to start writing them down as they come, because I feel like if I slow down how I'm processing the vision, or I'm slow down how I'm seeing the vision, then I could get to the vision. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like there's a lot of visions that I've seen within the past 6 to 8 months that I've been kind of trying to do, but not trying to do, but trying to do. And like, it's just not my time yet. It's not time for me to do that yet. And then being on social media is making it even worse, because I want to do this, that, and the third. And then I got to post it on Instagram. Like, it's time to just be in real life, live real life, and to breathe the fresh air, and to really live outside my phone. Like, at the end of the day, that's what comes down to: living outside my phone, living outside of everyone else's life. Like, I was telling my cousin the other day, like, there would literally, I think, my personal perspective is that I feel like there would be no fear of missing out if we didn't have social media. Because it's just like, I remember growing up without having all this stuff, and it's just like, if I wanted to see my friend, babes, I gotta see you tomorrow at school, and then I might have to get your phone number, and then I'm gonna call you on the house phone to talk about making plans for what, 2-3 days later. You see how long of a process that was? I gotta ask my parents. They gotta say yes. Then we gotta plan the time. Then we gotta pick a place. Then we gotta figure out how we're gonna get there. Then we gotta figure out what time we're getting back. Like, you know what I'm saying? You see the process in that, and I feel like social media eliminates the process. The phone eliminates the process. It eliminates your space to respond, to talk to people when you want to talk to them. It eliminates your privacy. It eliminates a lot of things for us that I feel like we don't really realize. And I understand that the world is moving forward, but somehow I feel like it's still not developing in a way that is useful to us. I mean, at the end of the day, social media, the internet, all of it is great, because it allows us to communicate and to also reach people around the world, which I'm grateful for, because I also feel like, it exposes people to things that they don't see every day, like the people who have never been outside of America and things like that. So I respect that. I respect that a lot. So next little quote we got is, here are some rules. Okay, we got some rules. Okay, so we're gonna believe, breathe, and motivate. Okay, so now I'm about to describe, like, when I tell you this kind of gave me chills, just remembering what it's like to get in the blocks and to just take a deep breath, slow down, and get ready to run, get ready, focus to get to where we need to be at. So I step up to the line, and everything stops. My fingertips pressing against the rubber, the silence in a crowd as the starter says, runners on your mark, the inhale and exhale as the starter says, set, pow, gun just went off. And it's just like those moments of focus, those moments of silence, those moments of just stillness before running was like always my, okay, we finna eat, we finna get this, we finna get this. And I feel like that's where we at now. We stepping in the blocks. Today, I'm stepping in the blocks. Today, I'm stepping in the blocks because it's time to step in the blocks. It says, don't let what already happened affect what has yet to happen. And it's crazy. It's crazy that I'm reading this right now, actually. Because I'm thinking about how I literally, all right, transparent moment. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've been on the podcast, since February. So anyway. So this is a guy I want, right? Okay. And I personally feel like a lot of the signs that I've been receiving lately has been for me to slow down and to stop thinking about the past so much, or allowing certain things to continue to trigger me. Like, I know what things it is that kind of trigger me when it comes to men, but I'm realizing more and more that it's really because of the past things that I haven't maybe fully let go of. But the thing is, I feel like I really do have let a lot of things go. I think that my biggest issue, now that I'm realizing, thanks to my sister, is that, I'm not speaking it in present tense, which is crazy to me, because I just never thought, like, words play so much part, honestly. And I guess I'm not paying attention enough to what I'm saying and the way that I'm speaking to acknowledge the fact that the way I talk sometimes is not past tense. So, and then it's just like, don't let what happened already happen affect what has yet to happen. It's just like my past relations with guys and all this other stuff should not affect what I want to have with someone else that I know that could be very fruitful, and not to allow that to hinder my progress. Also with this whole life thing, like, I have yet to be the person that I want to be. But I can't allow my old mistakes or allow old advice or allow old actions to be a result of what has yet to become, because at the end of the day, any choice I make today can dictate my future. So, what path are we going on? I feel like right now I got a good 0.5 view of plan A, plan B, and maybe a plan C. And honestly, right now I want to go with plan B because, well, really it's plan A. And then I got me a plan B. But anyway, y'all. So let's regroup. So then she goes on. And she says, be the change you want to see in your race. There's no guide to this stuff. Truly, due to everyone is on a different track in a different race. There's a story behind your race. How are you going to run it? How are you going to run it? How am I about to run this joint? Girl, I don't know. I don't know. But, actually I do know. I'm going to run this through faith. Because there's so many things I don't know. And I think a part of me is still trying. And, what I'm realizing at the end of the day is like, bro, it really takes practice. And sometimes I feel like it's just like, that's just said simply because it sounds good. But I mean, I get it. Yeah, it takes practice. But now it's like, damn. It really takes practice. Like, a lot of this stuff takes a lot of practice, and that's why I hold it, and that's why I respect this process. That's why I respect this space that we have together. I respect all of it, because at the end of the day, this is hard stuff. This is real hard stuff. This is real life dedication, and it takes work, and it takes time, and people don't want to put in the work, and they don't want to put in the time, and that's cool. But I don't know about y'all, but I cannot fathom to be in relations with people who simply just don't care enough about me, or don't care or respect themselves enough to be intentional with their lives, or to actually think before they do something, or to actually put thought into actions, thought into words, thought into anything, like, literally, like, the amount of people that I know that don't think. And like, when I look back on who I was a year ago from now, it's just like, babes, that girl was not thinking. I know what it means to not think. I know what that looks like. And that's mainly the advice I have received growing up all these years. It's just, why are you thinking about it so much? Like, you should just let it go with the flow and da 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 da. Like, we're not doing that anymore. That's a very, very, very played out. Very played out. Do I need to say it again? Very played out. Very played out. Hard pass for me. Honestly, like, I feel like that is all I personally have to share about where I'm at and my excitement towards, like, where I'm going. Because, y'all, like, everything is within us. Everything is within our choices and where we want to go, and how much faith we have in ourselves to get us there. And if you believe in God, God is there with you on that. Period, point blank. He ain't gonna leave you. And I just feel like it's just time to move. Like, it's time to make better choices. It's time to really begin. Like, I feel like, yeah, now is the time to begin. If you feel like you haven't been able to start, I think now is the time to start, because now is when I'm starting. And I'm putting my foot down towards everybody who keeps trying to tell me I don't know what I want to do, because I do know what I want to do. I just don't know how I'm going to get there. And I can't ask none of y'all for advice, because y'all not even doing what I want to do. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we really need to pay attention to people in our lives, pay attention to who you're getting advice from. Try to get advice from someone who you want to live like or similar to, or whatever the case might be. Don't be too caught up in the podcast or too caught up in these worldly things or the media. Like, a lot of the answers come from within. I've spent the past 2-3 weeks praying and talking to myself and reading books and just going for gut feelings and all this other stuff and paying attention. Do I need to say it again? Paying attention. Like, it's important to pay attention to the things that are coming at us, because, you know, God is speaking to us. Like, I forgot who I was talking to, but they had said to me, they had asked me, like, how do you know when you hear from God? And I feel like it's not one of those, like, you know, you ever heard the Bible story where it's like it was a burning bush and like it was talking or whatever. Like, it'll never be anything drastic like that. I feel like when you pray for something, take note that you prayed for it. Like you just pray for something. Pay attention when the answer comes. Duh. Like, I feel like it's one of those, like, paying attention and being intentional and making good choices and asking questions and writing things down. Like, being more attentive in your life, and like literally just being more attentive in daily tasks and just small things and hourly things, minute things, whatever. Like, you got to be more intentional with the way that you move and more intentional with your seriousness about your life and your relationship with God and your relationship with other people and like what you have planned for yourself. I think it's time to get serious about that, and it's time to be more intentional and real about it. Like, you know, when you're hearing from yourself or you're hearing from God, when something is answered or when, you know, something connects. Like, you know that you're aligned when things connect, when things are making sense, when you don't feel so much confusion. Because one thing I heard, I can't remember if I heard it when I was growing up, but it's just like the devil, like, you know, the devil is present when there's a whole bunch of confusion and when there's just a whole bunch of, I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just so happy to be where I'm at right now. Like, at the end of the day, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, regardless of my past failed attempt. That was cool, dandy, loved it, great. Had it, cool. Now that I've been able to be okay with the fact that I just failed bad, it's cool, because now, you know, I was able to reset and I listened to God. Like, I was so sad and depressed and I just didn't know what to do. And the moment that, you know, I'm looking for apartments, I was literally looking for apartments. And the same day I was looking for apartments, I was like, okay, I know how I can make this work. I had a whole game plan. Okay, I had a job interview the next day for a job that I knew I was about to get. I had seen some apartments that were pretty good prices. I knew exactly how I wanted to live. Like, I had my next couple months set up. I was going to be making good money and I could still stay in Houston. Call my dad and I'm like, okay, here's my game plan. This is what I think I could do. I got a job. Boom. You know? And he was just like, ugh. I feel like you could do something better. You know what I'm saying? I felt like you could make more money, do something more up your alley, and really live how you want to do comfortably and be in a different spot, because a part of me doesn't want to stay in Houston. And I'm just like, damn, as much as I want to stay in Houston and try to make it work for myself and try to do this on my own and adult and be like my favorite YouTubers and be like all these people on Instagram, I could do this. Like, you know, but mind you, I'm forcing myself to do something. You know what I'm saying? And then after he talked to me, I'm just like, okay, forget that whole plan, because I want to live not how I'm living right now. When I tell you I was so miserable, like, I just couldn't do that anymore. And a part of me felt like if I kept doing that, I would continue to feel miserable, regardless of how much money I was making, or regardless if I was staying out there or whatever. Like, it just didn't feel right. At the end of the day, it didn't feel right. So I come out here. I'm out here applying for jobs, looking for stuff to do. And I'm just frustrated time and time again, like, oh, it's not working. And here come my dad again. I got you. You need this, da 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 da. Cool. So I'm like, okay, let me consider this. This can help me to move forward. Boom. That's what I'm getting ready to do. Start prepping for this. And my mind is starting to shift into a different, like, lane. Then today, I asked God for alignment. Not necessarily, well, anyway, I asked him for alignment, period. And I get off the phone, it's just like, damn, I was about to do something that I probably would have regretted. Simply because I didn't know. Simply because, like, I mean, I could have, it probably would have set me back, like, till I was 30, getting into my dream. But it's like, I know what my dream is. I know what I want to do. Like, follow it. And the only problem is, the only reason why it's so hard to follow is simply because I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I have no idea what's gonna happen. Like, I have no idea what this path looks like. Like, I can't even try to map it out. Like, I have no idea how to map it out. Whereas there's other things in my life that I wanted to do that I know how I can map it out and, like, at least kind of play it safe. And you know, where's the fun in playing it safe? You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna dead that. We're gonna dead that, no doubt. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. And I want to share with y'all the book that I'm reading right now, which is It Ends With Us. This is a romantic novel that I'm reading, and I'm loving it. When I tell y'all, she had me within the first chapter. I'm like, she already found the love. First of all, she already met the dude that she wanted to be with. Then after that, they was just doing too much back and forth for a little bit. And then after that, they like got together. So now I'm at a point where they got together, and then something else popped up. And I'm just like, yo, no way. How's she gonna handle this? What's she gonna do? Like, so y'all, I'm like in the middle. So I'm like slightly in the middle of the book. But when I tell y'all, I haven't read like this in so long. Like, so let me know book suggestions, because we getting into the books. We getting into reading. I want to read. So that's book number 1. I got a couple other more books. I want to do a book club. I want to do a Bible study. So, and if you want to join the Discord, baby, join the Discord. Join the Discord. Y'all already know we in the Discord. We there. I also would like to share my little vision journal. You know, y'all, and something else that I realized too was just the sacredness of your goals and the sacredness of your ideas, and just the sacredness of everything that you hold dear to you. It's important to keep these things to ourselves. It's important to keep these things up to par with what we got going on. But I love y'all, and I just want to share some of the things that I wrote within the past couple of days, as like some affirmations, some verses, a couple song suggestions. Here's a little quote. Have a dream so clear that in your mind you have already achieved it. Like, in your mind you've achieved it, and now that you've achieved it in your mind, your actions can follow the achievement. Everything is working out for me. I am in the right place at the right time. All my dreams are coming true. 2 Corinthians 4:16. That is why we never give up. Though our bodies are dying, our spirits are being renewed every single day. Song suggestion, It's Working by William Murphy. Another song suggestion is Too Comfortable by Future. Yeah. And make sure that we are being persistent in life, and we are striving for the biggest, most exhilarating experience. That's what I'm going after. I don't know about y'all, but that's something I talked about. I think I talked about that in my most recent video. Like, going after that exhilarating experience, going after something that is, you don't know, but you know is going to give you the best experience of your life. And I feel like it's important to take note of that. It's important to go after those things. Like, who doesn't want to have an exciting life? Like, I'm tired of playing it safe. And I feel like the funniest thing to me is the fact that I keep saying I want this exciting life and how I want to change and how I want all these great things for myself, but I have yet to move in a way that I deserve the exhilarating lifestyle. Like, so y'all, I am about to jump off this cliff and have a great time, and I will let y'all know how it goes. No worries. And then we have this page that I'm gonna show y'all. And I'm just loving this era of life. And yeah, so those are some of the things that I've been writing down to really just remind myself and pick me up this week. I feel like it's important that we do that, because if we're not loving us and we're not fixing what's going on up here, we could never be happy or smile or get on camera. We could, it's time to really just hold ourselves accountable for how we feel, and hold ourselves accountable for our perspective and what we think, because that's important to be aware of those beautiful things. You know what I'm saying? 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 But this is my vision journal. Get y'all a little vision journal. I just decided to do the vision journal because I wasn't necessarily trying to do vision boards as much, but this is gonna be my 2023 vision journal. Also because I kind of be doing vision stuff like very often. So lastly for today, we are going to get into a small little reading. Let's pull 3 cards, and then we're just going to see what is in store. So how this reading is going to work is, I have my handy dandy deck of cards here. Feel free to skip if you don't want to listen, but I mean, if you listening to this and you made it all the way here, babes, it's clearly the message is for you. Period, point, freaking blank. Okay? And the card is going to tell you what you need to hear, what you don't want to hear, and what you need to hear. With these 3, because I did say I was going to pick 3. So that's 3 cards right here. Okay, I'm going to do this one too, just because it fell. So, y'all ready to see what these cards are or no? So we got 4 cards, y'all. And the way I'm going to conduct the rest, so if you are listening to the audio version, feel free to go on YouTube and look at the video version, as well as if you're on Spotify, you can also access the video along with the audio as well. So if you want to see the cards, a visual picture of the cards, I would say feel free to go to my YouTube channel to watch my YouTube video and see the cards for yourself. So the deck that I'm using is the Wild Unknown Alchemy deck, and just in case anyone wants to know what deck I'm using for the Oracle cards. But I really admire reading directly from the book, just because I just love the book's interpretation, and then I can also continue to get a better interpretation of the card itself as well. So for our Iron card, this is a representation of magnetism, reliability, and Mars. Iron is a reliable metal that can withstand great pressure. Over the centuries, we have come to utilize this metal extensively, mixing it with carbon to create the steel bridges, highways, and infrastructures that span across the globe. In alchemy, iron is associated with the planet Mars and shares its qualities of being strong, assertive, and potentially warlike. When the Iron card appears, there is a call to rely only on the reliable. What truly supports you? What have you already built? Iron dwells at the center of Earth. So when all else feels lost, go inward. There is a deep magnet there that pulls you toward what is steady and true. For the moment, put your words and weapons down and let yourself be held by the structure that is already in place. Ponder on iron in our bloodstream. Let me tell y'all something. The way I was reading this, and all I heard was, remember how I was just telling y'all, it's time to focus on ourselves. It's time to look within. It's because everything is within us. Boom. Here's your confirmation that everything is within us, and that it's time to look within ourselves for the answers. Like, there's nobody out here that is going to tell us what we need to hear. There's nobody out here that knows exactly what we should do except for ourselves and except for God. If you're not going to ask God, at least ask yourself, or ask your ancestors, or ask the universe. For all I care, you need to ask the right people, and the right people is God, and the right people is you. So let's do that. You feel me? Let's do that. Let's definitely do that. So the next card we have is the calcification. This card is a representation of heat, fire, and desire. Calcinatio is the great alchemical operation of fire. It occurs when there is enough heat in the vessel to transform the nature of that which is solid or fixed. How does calcinatio begin? with a tiny glimmer, an urge, a desire that builds into a robust flame. On a psychic level, this stage may be robust. On a psychic level, this stage may be an uprising of emotion that has been repressed or dismissed. It wants something big to change, to be brought to the light and purified, perhaps a flawed ideology, institution, or outlook. Frustration and anger are wondrous change makers. If their heat is channeled with space, time, and awareness, the transformation that occurs from calcinatio is rarely harmonious. It requires commitment and a willingness to sit through discomfort as old patterns fall into the ashes. The flame initiates sacred change, and eventually the phoenix rises. Ponder on the color of fire. So the divine flame resides within, and it is yours to tend to. That said, doing so patiently and with support will lead to change that is holy rather than hasty. Time to take time, slow down, slow down. Think about the things that's going on. Take the necessary steps. Take the necessary precautions and tend to your heart. Nurture to your desires. Nurture your passions. It's time to align ourselves in the right way. The correct way, babes. The correct way, babes. This is how our card is looking. So this card is a representation of expansion, possibility, and fortune. Jupiter is often a welcome sight emerging from the darkness, shimmering with possibilities. It is the planet of growth, expansion, success, and elevation. When this card appears, the future is full and bright, perhaps even dazzling. Everyone wants to be around Jupiterian energy and to claim a little for themselves. So there is likely a magnetic feeling at play. The work is to keep Jupiter's bigness in balance during the wave of expansion that's taking place. Its shadow is most easily seen in celebrity culture, excess consumption, and messaging of never enough. You may begin comparing yourself with others or assessing your value. Don't double judge yourself for this. Jupiter happens. Instead, realign with the benevolent message in your heart. What truly needs expanding? What truly needs expanding? It's likely not your followers or your bank account. Expansion and contraction. Y'all! Here's another card about what I was talking about. Remember when I was talking about how social media has been affecting my friggin' brain cells and how I need to expand and I need to rebrand and I need to do all these other things. But I'm looking at all these people doing these things that I'm not doing, and I'm seeing all these people my age doing certain things, and I'm like, dang, I want to be on YouTube. I want to be this. I want to do that. But in reality, that's not me. That's not my purpose. That's not my path. I feel like a part of me has also just been, has been, or used to, not has been. I used to get caught up in simply like there's things that I resonate with people on. And then I used to try to align with that, but that was never for me. I had to find my own alignment within the things that I was inspired by. And I feel like that's what we need to get back to. Whatever we are in, let's be and continue to be inspired and not to use those inspirations as characteristics for ourselves or for, you know, something just to make us more popular or to make us bigger or to make us more money, because, you know, we'll never make enough money. You know what I'm saying? Like, the money and the richness of life comes from the quality of our lives, and it comes from what we want to do, and it comes from the passions and the love and the relationships and all the other stuff. Like, our happiness comes from the choices that we make and how we decide to live our lives. Okay, last card. This is our last card for today. Okay, so the last card we have is the Spiritus Rector, the benevolent guide. And this card is just so freaking pretty. Here it is, saw cards. So this card is a representation of the inner voice, guide, and ally. Oh, how easy it is to doubt the presence of the Spiritus Rector. The alchemist falling into a moment of forgetfulness, feels alone in the laboratory and begins to doubt their work. Disarray and discontent follow. Who do I listen to? Where do I turn for guidance? All the while, the benevolent God hovers close, waiting to be acknowledged, waiting to be heard amidst the noise of the world. It whispers words of kindness and encouragement. Into the ears of the alchemist, when this card appears, it asks us to recall the guidance we have received at important junctures in our life. That benevolent presence is constant, not conditional. Now is not the time for struggle or fear. Soften into the gentle humming of the wise bee. You cannot make a wrong choice when the spirit director is near. The wind as messenger. So y'all just heard this card, huh? What did I say earlier? I said, here, let me tell you what I said. What I said was that we need to be paying attention to who we're listening to, and how that we should be listening to ourselves and listening to within. You know what I'm saying? So basically, this card, once again, is talking about being aware of who you're listening to, being aware of what you want, being aware of how you decide that you want to live your life, being aware of what you want to do. Like, and it's crazy because I'm thinking about it, and it's like I found once again, I have found myself in a spot where I was about to make a move for someone else and not myself. A constant reminder to seek within, a constant reminder to be aware of the advice that we are getting, be aware of the guidance that is coming to us through our friends, through our parents, through anybody, through anything that we experience in our lives. Those are going to be the most important. Those are going to be the messages that we need to take account of, pay attention to. Like, let's get with the program. But yes, anyway, y'all, so that's all we have for today's video. I am so grateful for this space, and I'm so grateful for the time that I get to spend and share with you guys. Like, every second, every moment feels like an instant connection and instant resonance within our relationship, because I feel like this is an everlasting, a forever burning relationship. And I'm just so grateful and thankful for it. And I just pray that, you all are doing well, and that we can continue to work towards greatness and successfulness in our dreams and all the other things in between that we want to accomplish for ourselves. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys want to connect with me more, feel free to join my Discord. I'm also on Pinterest right now. And you can also see more of me on my YouTube channel and my podcast. Yeah, it's always a pleasure to connect with you all, my divine Godspeed children. And I hope to see y'all next time in the next video with yours truly, Jala Symone.